Hey friend, Genesis chapter 5 says, Enoch walked with God and was not, for God took him. I'll tell you a story. It was late afternoon, almost dusk, in the Fertile Crescent where Enoch lived. It was a time when he would meet with God. This day, God came in a formless mist, swirling and moving. It was their routine to stroll together and conversing about the eternal realm of Yahweh's kingdom. Enoch was over 300 years old and had been meeting with God for several centuries. Now, during these divine encounters, God revealed insights and understanding of the spiritual world. He shared with Enoch the mysteries of the ranks and the activities of angels and demons. And just as Adam walked and talked with God 6 generations prior, Enoch had the privilege of encountering God's revealed presence and visiting with him. Genesis 5:22 says, Enoch lived in close fellowship with God for another 300 years, and Enoch lived 365 years walking in fellowship with God. Now the word walked means the going, the movement, the way of a man or the journey of a man through life. It speaks of the continuity of action or movement. Enoch lived his life in a continuum of communion with God. Imagine 365 days a year. For 365 years, Enoch lived, and for most of those years, enjoyed visiting the Most Holy One, the Ancient of Days. Enoch knew the manifest presence of God intimately. They had sweet communion and intimate fellowship with each other. They had cherished friendship. Hebrews 11:5 says in the Jerusalem Bible, it was because of his faith that Enoch was taken up and did not have to experience death. All of this happened because of Enoch's total expectation of what God said. As Christians, we must live with faith in God and in what He's spoken. This is the faith that gives substance to the things we hope for and certainty to the things we don't yet see. Enoch and God conversed with each other, and when God told him something, Enoch believed and obeyed. You see, intimate encounters with God's manifest presence produce solid faith and strong confidence. Enoch had strong faith because he not only encountered God, but he also knew Him and communed with Him constantly. He believed God because he knew God personally. And because he believed, he experienced what God had promised him. And it says in Hebrews 11, it was because of his faith that Enoch was taken into the eternal realm without experiencing death, the Phillips translation says. In other words, Enoch was translated. God picked him up and carried him away to the eternal realm. The challenge we receive from the life of Enoch is twofold. Believe what God told you and believe what He says. To walk with God is to spend time in His presence, to live in constant state of God consciousness. To walk with God is to commune and fellowship with Him regularly, to be where He is and to get to know Him. To walk in faith is to be motivated by what God says and to obey with full expectation it'll come to pass. Do you long to experience that kind of encounter, walking with God through life? Let Enoch's life be an example to you of a higher dimension of encountering God. Seek to continually commune and converse with Him passionately and intimately. Let it be your way of living. Then it may be said of you. Insert your name. LaMar walked with God and was not, because God took him. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that encourages you. That's from the book Encounter. And I'm here to help you encounter God better and best. God bless.